There's just something about Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton, isn't there? Something that makes even the most logical, sensible people lose their dang minds over the vaguest pregnancy rumor. It makes sense. Gwen and Blake are pretty cute together, and they come from almost totally different worlds, so it's very exciting. And since they're such different kinds of celebrities, they each bring large, totally different fan bases together to create one big happy family of Quake supporters. It's so nice to see, really. And if you happen to be one of those supporters, or even just someone who can appreciate a good love story from a reasonable distance, you'll be pretty happy about this new report. But first, a bit of bad news. Even though the rumors that Gwen is pregnant with Blake's baby have really been heating up lately, even more than usual, a source tells Hollywood Life that Gwen is most definitely not pregnant. Blake has been low-key hoping for a while that they might have a happy accident and Gwen would wind up pregnant again, but for now that is simply not the case. As for the persistent rumors, the source explains that Gwen is so tiny, if she has a big lunch, she can appear to be 3 months along. But she is not now at least. It cuts a little, doesn't it? But here's where things start to look up. The source says that Blake and Gwen are happy, totally in love, and are not actively trying to have babies right now. However, they are also not trying to not have babies, so they are leaving things to chance and fate. Another source says that if she did end up pregnant soon, nobody would be surprised. And that's because Gwen's made no secret of how much she would love to have a baby with Blake, and they haven't been using contraception. So that's two different sources claiming that Gwen and Blake aren't trying to prevent pregnancy. Could this actually happen? Finally? At long last? Of course, there is that small matter about biology. Gwen is 47 years old, and there's a very solid chance that her baby-making days are behind her. The source admits that obviously, given Gwen's age, it's a lot tougher for her to get pregnant naturally, but she's incredibly fit, eats really healthily, and has never had any fertility issues, so it's definitely not out of the question. As for Blake, he's always wanted to be a dad, and it's something they've been talking about pretty much from the start of seeing each other. Apparently, the plan they made back then was for them to try and get pregnant naturally, but if that didn't happen, they were willing to try IVF, and if that didn't work then they agreed that they would explore surrogacy. So even if she isn't able to conceive with Blake, we could still end up seeing those two raising a child of their own together. Sometimes the world sure can be a beautiful place, huh?